Whenever you're ready, dog.
All right. Here we are again with Tony Scott, and we're going to be discussing the recent revelations with Fauci and the Rona. I think we're allowed to say COVID now on YouTube. I don't think they're restricting anymore, but if you want to use an acronym, Rona, or the events, the medical events of recent days or recent time. I think it's kind of over, but they never said it was over. So I guess we might be still in it. So,
Yeah.
but they seem to really lessen off it. They haven't really talked about it in years, except for this Fauci thing. Go ahead.
how about the V word?
The V, yeah,
The V word for the thing with the X's in it, and
yeah.
V and X. I mean, this is the first thing I'd like to say, since you bring it up, and it's appropriate, is that we had to censor our speech. We couldn't even say the word for what it was. We couldn't even say the word for the alleged remedy to the ailment
Right,
without literally getting censored and deplatformed
right.
and all the other things.
Right.
So I think, to set the stage, just to recap recent events, Dr. Anthony Fauci, Dr. Fauci, the guy who said flatten the curve. You gotta flatten the curve because the curve is like this and it needs to be like that.
The curve of what, though? What is it the curve of exactly? Deaths, or is it sicknesses, illnesses? The PCR test? It never really
It was
said
the
what the curve
infectious
was.
rate. The curve is the infection rate. And
But how are they? But how are they checking that? Where'd the number come from? Is it the PCR test?
Basically, it's pretty simple. It's how long does it take for everybody in the world to get it? How long does that take?
Right, but I'm
And the
even
whole
going.
thinking was,
But I'm before that, Tony. Even before that, like, how do you know you have it when having no symptoms is a symptom? This seems all made up. Go ahead.
well, again, the reasoning was we had to flatten the curve because of the capacity of the medical system to uptake all those people.
Did you go? Hey, I got a question for you.
Hold on. The assumption was going in that everybody's gonna get it. So do we want everybody to get it in the beginning when medical resources are limited, or do we want to stretch that out?
Did you
The
happen
amount
to
of
go any of the hospitals around town when that stuff was happening? Did you go check out
Oh
the?
man, I was fine.
No, not for yourself, just to go see if there
No,
were
no.
people. Oh, I did.
Really?
Oh, guess what?
What?
There was nobody there. There was nobody there. I went in the beginning. I went 2 weeks in. I went when they.
Really?
Oh yeah, I went right in the beginning when they said, "Oh yeah, this is terrible. Everything's jammed up." I went over the hospitals because I was my bike ride was on the way past a couple hospitals to my work, and I was commuting on a bike, so I could just go look and see in the parking lot. It's like nobody there. They said we're stuffed, we're jammed, everything's crazy. It's like nobody there. And then when they shut down my office, I'm like, "What's going on? These people, it's full of people in here. Everything's fine. Everything's cool." I went by a couple different hospitals, and then about a month and right before I left to go to Mexico, before I moved to Mexico, I was like, "This is ridiculous." I went by a couple more other hospitals I haven't visited. The parking lots are empty,
Yeah.
so that was all a lie. And
Where were you
I
living at
asked
the
my
time?
mom too, was into the nursing. My mom was into nursing. Did you go check any of the hospitals? Like, no, I wouldn't dare. It's like, what do you mean you wouldn't dare? You just drive by. You think you're gonna catch it by driving by the hospital? And she goes, "No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I just even think that was a possible thing." It's like they made us think it was really bad to even go even near it. So it's like, huh, interesting. Nobody checked it out. And I've asked this, Tony. You're not the only person that didn't go visit the hospitals. I guess I must be like an extreme outlier because I've asked multiple people the same question, and none of them visited the hospital. Not even once. I was going by it every day to work. There was nobody there.
There's so many questions, unanswered questions on this.
And these are multiple hospitals. This is just one hospital. This is multiple
Speaking
locations. Go ahead.
speaking of unanswered questions,
Unbelievable.
on the advice of my counsel, I have decided to exercise my Fifth Amendment.
Right. 111 times. I mean, you've already been pardoned, sir. They're not going to prosecute you. We just want to know what the hell happened. So who are you covering for?
I'll tell you who he's covering for. He's covering his own ass because if he gives up the left, they eat their own.
Oh,
If
yeah.
he gives up big pharma,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
no, that's who he's afraid of.
Yeah.
It's not the right because they can't touch him.
Right. That's
It's
correct.
the left.
Yeah.
That's why he ain't talking. Do you remember the scene
Uniparty. We got a uniparty. Go ahead.
in Godfather 2 where
I never saw The Godfathers. I haven't seen them yet. Go
Oh my
ahead.
God. Well, there's a scene, Frankie Five Angels, Pentaglia, I think is his name, is testifying before the House Committee on mob activity. And Michael Corleone walks into the meeting with the dude's brother. And he turns and he looks and he's like, The Godfather, I don't know anything about no Godfather. I don't know nothing about that. We have your sworn testimony right here, Mr. Pentaglia, who says that you were willing to identify Michael Corleone as the head of the syndicate. No, I don't know nothing about it. It's the Godfather. I don't know nothing about that. And you know who sounds just like that? Anthony Fauci.
Yeah, definitely.
Anthony Fauci
Definitely.
sounds a lot like we gotta flatten the curve. See, the curve looks like Kim Kardashian's butt, but it's gotta look flat like this. It can't be like Kim Kardashian.
And the whole reason was because this overwhelmed the story about overwhelming the hospitals, which
Flatten the curve. And the vaccine, you know, we can't forget Fauci was the villain in the AIDS epidemic when they tried to force all the gay people to take, was it AZT?
Yes,
forget.
AZT.
That's what the Dallas Buyers Club movie was all
Correct,
about.
correct.
Starring Matthew McConaughey.
Right.
Yeah. That they should have just went to viral suppressants and accepted the fact that it's a virus. You're not getting rid of it, but instead the drug was killing people. Oh, really? A drug that Anthony Fauci was suggesting killed people. You know, they don't even include COVID stats on the adverse reaction, the VAERS website, where anytime there's an adverse reaction to a vaccine, clickety click. My mom told me that she lost her hearing the night that she took her second booster, that she heard a loud crackling sound, boom. Other people lose sense of taste and all kinds of stuff. And you know, there were two aspects to this. Number one, I am proudly unvaxxed. I knew there ain't no way I'm taking that goddamn government shot.
Well, if you haven't studied the history of these things, it's just best to avoid it. And it's funny, my mom, so she's a registered nurse, and she told me when I was a little kid, you know, she was a nurse when I was a kid. She goes, look, Chris, whatever you do, avoid hospitals at all costs. If you don't gotta go, don't go. If you don't gotta see a doctor, don't go see one. If you can avoid it, avoid all these drugs. They're all got crazy side effects. They're all non-tested. They don't know. They've been the way they verify these things with the FDA. It's all these pharmaceutical companies running all these tests, and they're p-hacking the shit out of everything. So you don't even know if this stuff works, if it's actually causing other problems. And once you get on that train, you ain't getting off. So watch out even for aspirin. Like if you got a little headache, just let it slide. Let it slide.
Well, hey, doctor, one of the drugs you gave me has these side effects. Well, I got another drug for that, but it has side effects too.
And you don't think that these pharmaceutical companies know all this stuff and they get you on the train, and this is how they get their payments going, and they're in cahoots with insurance companies who are scamming the shit out of everybody. I was just in Mexico. They do doctor visits. The doctor came and saw me. The doctor came and saw me at the place I was staying. He came and visited me personally, took all my stuff, and said, "Hey, you go over to this lab over here." No general care, none of this sequence of events, just one stop done. And the place I got my labs done, the most professional medical organization I've ever encountered in my life. And the second one was the dental care in Mexico. That was the second most professional place I've ever been to. Now, high tech, super efficient. They did the draw the no pain, no stick pain. Perfect every single time. I was blown away. I was like, this is how medical service is supposed to be in Mexico. Go ahead, Tony.
Well, you know, regarding drug development, let's not forget where Viagra comes from. They made that for something entirely different, and then they noticed, Hey,
Hey.
this is giving guys boners. Let's
Hey.
market it for that. Well, there's some
Yay.
science for you.
We're trying to cure cancer for 50 years. We
Hey,
can't
guess
figure it
what?
out. This is impossible, but boner pills.
Boner pills. We had no idea, but it works. So, hey, boner pills, you know?
Ridiculous.
Well, I did want to say something about Fauci. He was wrong about everything. The other side was wrong about literally everything. Fauci in his diaries came out, and
Okay,
you
first
know
of
that
all, what is he doing a diary?
you'd think, right?
Like, what are
You'd
you
think
doing,
like
dude? Can't you just shut up? Why do the evil villains always have to say, I have created a laser that will destroy all mankind? I'm like, now you're my only foil and I will destroy you first. And like, 007 gets him.
he's like a teenage girl. Dear diary,
Dear-
today Jake Tapper and I are having lunch. Oh, I'm talking to Barbara Streisand. She's got shingles on her ass. Dear diary, I'm the most popular boy at school.
It's like, what are you doing?
He's a megalomaniac, always was. And Deborah Birx, you remember, was it Birx, the lady with the scarves in the meetings, and then Fauci, and Trump, and Operation Lightspeed, and
Warp speed,
the
yeah.
virus, warp speed. Thank you very much. All of that from the beginning, I knew it was bullshit. I knew
Yeah.
it was. I knew there were two things going on. Neither of them I wanted, but one is I knew right away. This is a gain of function bioweapon. Two, the vaccine is made from a gain of function bioweapon. I wanted neither the bioweapon nor the vaccine from the bioweapon. mRNA
And who knows what
technology
if it was just that
platform,
every country had their own. Did you know this?
every country had their own.
How
China
is that possible? If
manufactured
it's really just one virus or whatever thingy, shouldn't there be one cure, not a bunch of
and
different
you can't
ones? What is
vaccinate
that
your way.
shit?
You can't vaccinate your way out of a pandemic. It mutates too fast. You just can't do it. Fauci, the things Fauci has had previously said in the past that he did a 180 on in order to foist upon us a authoritarian control grid. Masks. The masks, they're really going to be ineffective for an airborne virus.
Like they're not the most Jew.
And then
It's
later,
incredible. It's incredible.
It's two masks, and then maybe three. Well,
Why
three
not
is
put four
how
of
about,
them? Why
how
not
about
just
infinity mask?
infinity
How about
mask? It's like a big nose.
social
Yeah, it was
distancing? Social distancing.
It's made up. Just
The
some are
vaccine.
some journalists just made it up. Like we should say 6 minutes. That was pretty good. Let's do that. Like what is going on here?
And I think one of the things that we must not forget, it might be too early in the broadcast to bring this up, but it showed how much the left hates us. There is, when I hear the No Kings, people say, oh, Trump's a dictator and he's a fascist. Look, there is no right that the left wasn't willing to suspend.
Right.
They closed down our businesses.
Yeah.
And people lost their homes and their businesses and everything else.
Your video got turned off.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. There we go. I got so people lost their homes. They lost their livelihood.
Yeah, and that's not been compensated. That's not come back. I
want COVID reparations.
Yeah,
COVID
exactly.
reparations.
Yeah. And it just shows that we are definitely not living in a constitutional republic anymore. It's something else.
No, it's an authoritarian. The leftist authoritarianism.
Something
is a
that
thing.
FDR, they changed the whole thing with the New Deal. They changed the whole government at that point in time.
And
Now it's all bureaucracies. It's all buried inside these bureaucracies who are not beholden to any kind of presidential or congressional power. So we're in some other system now. And it was
right.
COVID was if people didn't see that during COVID that we don't have a constitutional republic anymore, or even anything closely even democracy, even if they don't see that I'm sorry, you're
right.
You're just not paying attention, or you don't even know what a constitutional republic is supposed to look like, or what a free government looks like. Free for free people. Go ahead.
That Trump is a dictator and a fascist.
No,
are the same ones who tried to. Let's go down the list.
He has no power. These are all figureheads. Go ahead.
Let's talk about the right. One, that they closed our businesses. Free enterprise was completely suspended and shut down. They closed the economy for a virus.
Except for
Even
Amazon, Walmart. What else?
Black Lives Rally,
Political rallies that are for the
meanwhile, the
state.
nail salon and the gym and the small restaurant closed. Those
and the
people's
churches.
businesses-
Don't forget the churches.
Right. Okay. So the right of free enterprise, the right of the First Amendment right to religion. A few weeks back, there was this pastor,
Free
Tony from
association gone.
this free assembly gone. The right to travel
Gone.
Closed our kids' schools
For
Now,
flu symptoms.
This is really important
Go
because
ahead.
I
get fired up. I can't help it.
Please do. The education, which has to be administered at a developmentally sensitive period in the lifespan of an individual.
Right.
Education is positively correlated with health, with longevity, with income.
Right.
The more education you have, the better your health, the longer you live, the more money you have.
Okay.
When you take away 2 years of schooling from children at that developmentally sensitive period in their life, you are guaranteeing that they live shorter lives, less healthy lives with lower incomes for the rest of their lives, which affects exponentially the entire economy.
So
the entire brain power of
Tony,
intelligence.
So Tony,
how do we solve problems? Is through brain power.
So
now that you've dumbed everybody down, you've made them sick, which caused more health costs exponentially out into the future for that entire generation, all to protect some big fat sick teacher who doesn't want to go to work. If NEA is criminal, they should be defunded. The
Department of Education.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the NEA is the teachers' union.
The teachers' union as well. They're all in cahoots.
Yes,
They're all in
thank you for that correction.
That's all Democrat Party.
That's
a dull Democrat Party platform,
which was completely behind school closures.
Yep.
When they should have been the ones saying, "How do we keep the schools open?
Right.
What do we do?"
And they knew the children weren't affected by this thing early on.
They knew the children. That's another Fauci lie. That's, I think, in some ways, the most criminal thing that they went after our fucking kids.
Yeah.
Like
So,
they always
Tony,
do.
as you know, I'm gone back to college, right? So I'm getting my electrical engineering degree. I'm finishing it up, and I'm having to take all these, prerequisite courses just to, refresh my my math skills as I go into. I'm going into Calculus 1 next. So I just finished up pre-calculus. Kids are not ready. We even have calculators in class. We can use calculators now. We can have scientific half the people dropped out within about 3 weeks. Half the class was dropped out. This is math, so it's it's a little bit more stuff. But the way they went through it, the instructor showed you what to do, walks you through it once. You have this electronic homework stuff where you can look at the problems over and over and over again to get so you can get it solid. You get 100%, right? You're supposed to get 100% on these things. Kids couldn't do it. I showed two people, two guys that was in the front row with me. It's like, look, okay, you realize maybe you're more serious about it. How to use the calculator to confirm the results so they could get good test grades. They just couldn't do it. I'm just like, what? If I had this calculator when I was first starting doing this program, I would dominate the whole thing.
Now, I had a scientific calculator back in the day. But one of the things, it's nowadays they have graphics,
right,
which show three-dimensionally how these curves operate.
All that stuff.
I'm like, oh my God! If I would have had that back in the day, where you can actually, oh my God,
So that's what I showed them. That's what
three-dimensional rendering of the curve.
That's what I showed them. And they did not ace it. They just could one. They just couldn't do it.
They did that to us on purpose.
And I'm just saying, what the hell? This is bad.
This is child abuse. We cannot let them off the hook. The other thing, I keep coming back to this, is the left hates us. The left hates
They don't like the common man. They really have this.
They want to kill us. They want to force us to take an untested mRNA therapy
their scapegoat
shot
They're
that,
scapegoating.
and if we don't take it, they want us fired.
Yeah.
There were tattle lines.
Yeah.
Oh, is your neighbor having a
Yeah.
unauthorized
We got a little
party?
sneak
Here's
preview.
here's a
What's
tattle line.
yeah?
What is this? What is this? Communist Russia?
So Rona, I think the Rona, this whole thing was a test run to see how far they can go with their tyrannical practices and see how well people will go along with them.
I
And I
commend
gotta
it.
say, they got a success, 100%.
I'm not sure about 100. I think we pushed back. I think we
All
pushed them
all
back
their policies worked.
to a degree, and then a lot of us pushed
Maybe
back.
15-20% pushback, but that they don't care about that.
But sometimes that's enough. Like
All they want is the 80%. They
props
have
to
it.
Ron DeSantis, who, in my mind, in the world of governance, when the entire world was pushing this COVID authoritarianism, Ron DeSantis was the shining light. Nobody's perfect. I know everybody. But when everybody was pushing back, long before Greg Abbott did, Ron DeSantis was pushing back. He appointed a truther, a surgeon general for the state of Florida. That black guy, I forget his name.
Yeah.
So at least, and then that was kind of the mustard seed for the resistance. And then guys like you and me, we were always there pushing this, and there were others. And so I would like to congratulate all of you salty SOBs out there who refused to take the thing, who pushed back. I remember watching you and I have been fighting this thing. I'm really proud of it. We didn't take the shot. Like I said, I knew I couldn't prevent myself. There was no 100% effective prevention from contraction of the Rona. You got to go in the world. I thought, well, and I did get it, and it felt artificial. But I knew I could prevent myself from getting the fucking vaccine.
Right.
Those were the two things I didn't want. The virus and the vaccine.
Right.
I can't do anything about the virus, but I can do something about that vaccine. And the vaccine harm is undeniable.
Yep.
And I just want to keep coming back to the fact that they hate us, and there is nothing they aren't willing to do to us.
Right.
And when you hear about, the Bolsheviks and what they did, to people who just wanted to live.
They murdered everybody. This is a psychological murdering, though.
We saw. I think we were on the path to that.
That's the next step.
This is how it happened.
This is the next step. They wanted to see how far they could do with the technology. Then the next step is the camps and all that.
Right. And then the next step after that is that, we can't let these people exist. Right. We're going to have to kill them. Right. How can we let people unvaccinated?
No, they're going to re-educate
in a civilized society.
We're going to have re-education. Remember the re-education camps?
Yes. That was all discussed. They had that in Australia.
Yeah.
They had camps.
They did that in a Western country. Supposedly one of our allies.
Remember,
right.
Remember who your neighbor was and what his thoughts are.
Right.
Remember, because those are the people. This was a beta test for us too.
Yeah.
Now we know who the people are who are willing to.
Pretty much everybody. If they're watching TV, if they got the movies on, if they got watching news at all, if they got to still trust the mainstream media, which is most people, that's a good 80%. That's who's got so the MK Ultra. Let me just talk about MK Ultra for a second. That's one of my favorite topics.
Of course.
MK Ultra was not about individual mind control. They could already do that. If you have somebody in a room, you can make one person do anything you want. It takes a while. You have to really program them, get them all confused.
Break them down.
But the one person you can do pretty easily. That's pretty straightforward. What they were looking for in the MK Ultra program was what they got out of the radio technology, which is mass mind control. Mass mind control. How do you control the masses through electronic media, electronic mechanisms that conform to the Ash and Milgram experiments? If you don't know those are, look them up. So they're using the Ash experiment, which is a social conformity, and the Milgram experiment, which is people will relent to an authority if it looks authoritative, like a Fauci, right? Dr. Fauci. They will relent, and they will go, and if somebody looks like the professional, looks like an expert, they will automatically defer to them. So they're using mass mind control techniques, using these electronic media systems, very refined now, to control the masses, and they're going to direct them in these particular ways. And that's the real danger I see coming down the pike here pretty quick, is that they're going to now, because of how successful the Rona program was, they're going to do another one, and it's going to be way worse. And it's not, and they're going to put people in camps this time. So that's what's coming up.
Yeah, I remember Sam Harris, Noam Chomsky, all these idiots. I remember
Epstein
Sam
class,
Harris.
the Epstein slob
I
class.
remembered Sam Harris saying, when once it was coming out that, yeah, it turns out y'all got everything wrong. Turns out it's not as deadly. Turns out it's not infecting kids. He goes, yeah, well, you know what? Well, if this would have been a lot more fatal, then I would have been right, and all these restrictions would have been the right thing to do.
So, what was that? What's that phrase? If men could ride, if men could ride horses fast or something, then everyone would be a jockey or something like that.
It sounded like a threat to me when Sam Harris said it. You just wait. One day we'll have a virus that's strong enough to where you motherfuckers will have to bow down.
Right.
He was pissed that we didn't take a knee.
Right. That's exactly it.
They were pissed that we didn't take a knee.
That's exactly
and
what's
fuck
going
Sam
on.
Harris and fuck Noam Chomsky, Mr. COVID authoritarian. Fuck all those fucking fuckers.
Yep.
I ain't doing it. I ain't taking the chip. I'm not taking the Neuralink. I'm not taking the vax. I'm not taking any of your fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you'll
fuck
be
you.
enemies of the state #1. And that's how they like it. That's how they want it. And because these mass mind control operations that they've refined to a science now. It's not even an art anymore. It's a science. They can control what they want it to go, and
Yes,
their destination is clear. And I don't
It
know
is
a
clear.
way around it other than individually just say I'm not doing it, and just
that's
see
a
where
way around
take
it.
the hits where they may.
We'll
be your friends in camp.
Yeah.
I hope our names are touching on the camp list.
me and you and Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
Yeah, right there.
Hey, we're in good company. You know what?
Yeah.
I'd rather be Alexander Solzhenitsyn than some bootlicking fucking lackey for the authoritarians.
Right.
Fuck them. And I've already accepted that.
Yeah. And that's the scary part. So that's what you're.
And remember,
so Tony, this is the reason why people balk at this information, because they know to go against it is you're signing your death warrant. At some level, you're signing your death warrant. You are now an enemy of the regime, and you're now a target. And so people don't want to do it. They just want to grill. They just want to grill, Tony.
How about another
story? They want to grill and screw.
How about a related story from Tony's tortured dating life?
Here we go. Let's end it on a good note, a fun note.
Okay, well, it's fun. I don't know about fun.
It's fun for us to hear about your tortured pain.
I'm talking to a lady on the love line.
I can't believe you're still doing that shit.
You say that every song. I'm not doing too bad. I mean, but that's another story. But what do you do? I say, well, I work at. I'm going to name. I don't want to name the company, but a company that Elon Musk owns. I'm actually a contractor. I don't actually work straight for him, but. And her response is, "Oh yeah, how do you like working for a Nazi?"
It's not bad. It pays pretty good. His policies are in line with mine. Is there a problem here?
So I asked her. I said, "Define fascism."
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll bet you $10 you can't do it. And they can't do it.
Right.
And
it's just a I heard that's bad, and I'm going to accuse you of it. Which is also a shit test for you, by the way.
And why do they hate Elon? Because Elon bought Twitter, probably to train his AI. But he bought Twitter and he opened it up, the Twitter files, to Matt Taibbi and Michael Schellenberger and that girl that now is in charge of CBS News. I forget her name.
Yeah.
But so he opened it up and they looked at the Twitter files. Lo and behold, there was collusion between
it's an MK Ultra platform
and government The
Of course,
Biden
MK Ultra,
administration
100%. You have to.
had portals. Every major intelligence agency
Right.
had direct secret portals to the
Yes, of
administrators at
course.
big
This
tech
was
and
obvious.
said
Did you think it was anything different? Go ahead.
anybody who is and people were banned, people were
Yes.
deplatformed,
Yes.
people were shadow banned, people's
Absolutely.
algorithms, they were dropped them in popular. And then when the
Absolutely.
Twitter tyrants, all the leftists found out that in fact this all the people who claim I'm an ACLU member. Really? Well, what about the collusion between Twitter and the government to censor people? Oh, well, they need to be censored because we can't have dangerous information out there. And that's why they hate Elon. Before that, they loved Elon because electric vehicles, global warming. And now it's, hey, he reveals that y'all are a bunch of censorious, lying, tyrannical, authoritarian leftists. Now it's, he's a fascist. How do you like working for a fascist? Well, believe me, I told this woman all of that stuff.
No, they're
And
just programmed to say that stuff. They want to be on the good side. Women want to be on the good side. They
they're
want to be on
herd
the winning side.
creatures.
They got to go for the winning
Hey,
team.
I'm going to give my respects right now. I know lots of good right wing women
Oh yeah, me
who
too.
they step up, and
They're the
they were
minority
some
though.
of
They're the tiny minority.
it's 43% of women vote right.
So
That
it's a
doesn't.
minority.
There were people on the right. We all, look, I wore a mask in HEB.
Like you
I
had
needed
to.
groceries.
You got to get groceries. You don't want to be hassled all the times. You had to.
I wore a
And that
fucking
was just
mask.
another indicator that
Remember all those masks?
the program that they had was success. They had lots of successes, like win,
Remember
win,
all the
win, win, win,
masks?
win, 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 win. They
Yep,
were
yep.
winning,
For a minute, and we pushed back. So
right?
push back next time too. But remember all those masks on the turn signal indicator of your car? Remember all those funky ass masks and how nasty they got? Ooh, yuck. This one, ooh, no. This one, ooh, I need to throw
Yeah,
that one out. Pretty soon you got a bunch of funky masks sitting
yeah,
around.
yeah.
And they knew about masks. They knew about all the things. They knew about all of it. And Anthony fucking Fauci. Oh, I don't know no Michael Corleone. No, I don't know nothing. I'm taking the fifth. I don't know nothing. Dude, that's what he's afraid of. Because the right can't do anything to him.
Right, right,
That
right. There's
lion.
really is no right that was visible, in the media. The stuff that we see is fake. Right, it's not really right. It's fake. It's like so my parents listen to Fox News, so I'm living with my parents right now. Uh, I have to force to listen to some of it.
Oh, it's crap.
No, there's no right that's on TV. There's no right in the media. It all
There's
has
no
to
news.
if there's no news, you have to
It's
go to
all it's
Substack. You have to go to Substack to like Nazi authors, right? That's who you have to listen to if you really want to get some alternative views on all this stuff. So even them, they're
yeah,
still
yeah,
in
yeah.
this in the tiny little zone, and they really
I
think they're
I
and the thing about it is they think they're informed too. They really think this is news. It's
yep,
like
yep, yep, yep,
this
yep.
is entertainment, and the way they
No, it
talk
is.
the way they talk to people. The only people left listening to it are really older boomers because they're the ones watching
Yeah,
cable
yeah,
TV,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
they talk to them like little kids, like
Yeah,
they're little kids, like they're
CNN over here,
kindergartners.
and Fox News over here. But I think the difference is, like, as far as leftist propaganda versus leftist corporate propaganda versus right wing corporate propaganda. On the right, you have pretty much only Fox News, and the left,
Only Fox
what
News.
about Fox News? But on the left,
That's
you have
massive.
CNN,
Times,
NBC,
New York Times,
CBA, New York
everything.
Times, even the Wall
MSNBC,
Street Journal, even
everything else.
everything else.
So they're
You
the
have all
token.
you
But
have
even
all
then,
of
they only go like, here's all them, right? Here's all the left, right? It's all this way. The right's like, boop.
yes. You have all of media. You have giant corporations. You have the entire university system. You have the entire intelligence agency network, all the secret agencies.
Yep.
So on the left, you have a preponderance of mechanisms, and on the right, you have Fox News over here. I remember I watched the clip yesterday of Shepard Smith, and in this name, when we must be social, just Shepard Smith was just from Fox back in the day. Fox was pumping out plenty of propaganda, and as you corrected me, Operation Warp Speed to push the virus out. Well, because we gotta get the vaccine out. We're gonna get it out. I saved the world with my vaccine. It was a tremendous vaccine, such a vaccine. And now we found out, you know, remember when, nasty Kamala and Joe, they won't take my vaccine. Remember when Joe and Kamala, I'm not going to take the Trump vaccine. 5 minutes later, take the vaccine. Holy
Yeah,
fuck!
and
There's a
so and that's
180
another
for
thing
you.
about these shows is they describe the problems, but they have no solutions. They never talk about what could be done, what you could do. They just complain about the problem, like describe the problem, complain about the problem, but they never have any solutions. I'm listening. Is there any solutions? No. We just got to be informed. Just got to be informed. It's like, okay, that's just so all they're doing is training. This is another MK Ultra program to train people to completely be helpless, to be
Natural immunity,
confused and helpless, and also
natural
forget the last
immunity.
thing that just happened. Forget the last thing that
Yes,
just happened.
yes. Forget the last thing. Don't listen to Joe and Kamala when they say don't take the vaccine. Listen to Joe and Kamala when they say take the vaccine. But no, I think a solution. Let's talk about solutions for a minute.
All right.
One, natural immunity. It's going to be better even with a gain of function tested bioweapon than any fucking jab. Natural immunity. I hate to say it, but that's the best you're gonna get.
So Tony, let me tell you about that.
Hold on. All the other, stay healthy, get outside, fresh air, get sunlight.
Yeah.
Here's another solution. You knew about the experiments for mind control. Research that a little bit, people.
Yeah.
Because Chris actually knows a little something on this.
Yeah.
And once you know what they do, then you can pretty much predict everything they're going to throw at you.
Yeah, it's the Ashton Milgram. They just ramped it up to 11.
So know that they're trying to bullshit you
all the time.
Know that stuff. Assume that anything the government doing is crap.
Right.
Here's another solution. Your neighbor is your enemy in some degrees. Love thy enemy, but this guy wanted to put you in a camp.
Right.
Don't listen to what he says. Resist. Right. Resist. Natural immunity. Open up your mind to the fact that the government is lying to you. This will inform your future decisions.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so about the natural immunity stuff. So I quit drinking in 2012. And as an interesting side effect, I noticed about 2-3 years later that I hadn't had a cold since 2012. I hadn't had a flu since 2012. I used to get them at least twice a year. And also after 2012, I started restricting my sugar intake dramatically. It just dramatically said, okay, if it's obviously sugar, I'm going to restrict myself. Or not. I might eat it once in a while, but very, very like, okay, I know I'm putting myself in risk here. So ever since I stopped drinking alcohol and stopped eating sugar, I stopped getting colds and flus.
Yeah, alcohol is sugar.
It is a type of form of sugar. So there's something going on with that. There's something going on with that, with the sugar and the alcohol. And I think I got that Rona, whatever the hell it was, about 2-3 years into the thing. But I was only I felt like I had I couldn't tell if it was food poisoning or the Rona. I couldn't tell. But it only lasted about a day and it was over. And I was like, what was that? And people going on like this weeks and weeks, this long Rona and all this other stuff. It's like, I want to ask him, do you drink alcohol? How much? Because my brother still drinks alcohol. He was a straight edge growing up, but he started drinking alcohol. He gets sick all the time. That family gets sick all the time. They drink every single night. They have a few drinks and they're like, and then they get sick, and then the whole house gets sick. I'm like, what is going on? So I think
I want to agree with you here.
Go ahead.
I am totally sober in 2026. I didn't drink for the first 35 years of my life till I got married, and my ex drank, and then I drank. But I'd like to quote Jordan Peterson. He did a lot of alcohol research, and if you drink twice a week, your body is in a continuous state of alcohol withdrawal. And we gotta pull that apart. Let's have a look at that.
Well, one study from
that's my Jordan Peterson imitation.
That's pretty good. That's not bad.
I'm up to 3.
But so Bill Gates did a study about alcohol. He said there's no level that's healthy. There's no level that's safe. Anytime you drink any of it all, you're going to have problems. So
it's like drinking jet fuel. It's not a thing. It's
there's
poison.
I mean, we have a real issue in our culture that we've made this okay, and it's obviously not okay. I don't know what other things could be because I did not change anything else. I did not
Oh,
change any other part of my
everything.
anything
Oh
else in my.
no,
I still eat
look,
lots of meat. I stay like I did, just stayed away from carbs, sugar, and anything added sugar, and I stopped drinking completely.
look,
No more
everything.
colds, no more flus. I haven't had one in years. Like since
Let's
2012,
talk
I haven't
about
had any
things.
problems like that.
Let's talk
I've had
about
food
things that would.
poisoning. I've had headaches, but no colds. Nothing that lasts a week where I'm wiped out. Nothing like that.
Let's talk about things that decrease when you eliminate alcohol from the murder, automobile
Oh,
accidents,
50% of crimes
heart
involve
disease,
someone's drinking.
cancer,
Yeah.
divorce, family
Oh,
violence,
for sure, for sure.
relational difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah.
The list goes on and on and
And all
on.
those are government.
Depression. Alcohol is a depressant. People I know who drink constantly are depressed as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
What's wrong? I'm so depressed. Oh, I noticed it. 3-4 days after a bender, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
fuck, why
yeah,
am I so
totally,
depressed? Oh,
totally.
yeah. Now this is a different time. We could do a whole show on alcohol.
Yeah, I would
Maybe
like
that's a
to.
good idea. However, are we getting close to the time?
Yeah, we're about out of time right now.
Okay. Well.
Do you want to keep talking about another subject, or you want to? Is this
Oh
good?
well. Hold on. Hold on.
Because we can
Hold
do
on.
another show.
Hold on. No. 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 Before we go.
All right.
Okay. Somebody had a birthday this week.
Holy shit! No.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh no! I'm gonna quit this. I'm gonna stop this.
And for all of the things you do, happy
Oh.
birthday to you from your crew. That's me. Happy birthday.
After age 50, you don't want to hear about it.
You.
Oh my god.
And many more.
That's ridiculous. Tony,
Yeah!
that was uncalled for.
Fuck you.
All right, Tony, do you have anything else you want to say to the next show, or do you want to just like
no, we can go ahead and cut off right here.
All right.
I guess I just want to close with never forget.
Yeah, it's
never. I'm really glad that Rand Paul called this hearing. We could. Oh, real quick, I do want to finish up with one thing. I want to talk about just the legal ramifications of the Fauci testimony, because I think that's kind of probably we should have put it in the first part of the show. But I did want to talk about that for just 1 second. So if we have just 5 minutes, and that is that Fauci received an auto pin pardon for everything between 2025 and 2015 and 2026 from Joe Biden, who was not there. So that means that an unelected administrative cabal was just handing out pardons left and right to anybody and everybody associated with that. And that means that, generally speaking, this is some gray area of law, but when you have a pardon, you no longer get to take the Fifth Amendment.
Right.
Because the whole idea is you can't be touched. So you have to tell the truth now.
Right.
Okay. Or suffer contempt charges.
Right.
Well, Fauci's lawyers looked at that and said, well, just in case Trump and his team decide to come back on us, or to protect your ass from big pharma, you're going to take the Fifth, right? Which does open him up to contempt charges.
Right.
Has anybody ever been charged with that? What, Steve Bannon, I think, did
There's
6
been a
months.
couple people.
Did Roger Stone did 6 months, that former Trump advisor.
Right.
So it was a measured response on his part to take the Fifth, and hell, it's what I would have done if I was in his shoes.
Well, they have to get the Senate to vote on it, and it's just not going to happen.
It probably isn't going to happen, and I don't know what the proportion of the Senate you have to get to convict someone.
A majority.
What's that? Simple one vote?
I think it's 50-50. I think it's more than more.
Yeah, well, bring in fucking JD Vance and have him do his damn job.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I think they should go for it, though.
He's scot free. It's just we have to know. There will be no justice for on that in the public sphere. It'll be in the private sphere. It'll be
agree. However, in my opinion, the Trump administration, I'm sick of no one being prosecuted. I don't care. As far as the Supreme Court is concerned, you remember Amy Coney Barrett? There was a collusion case about Twitter and the government portals, and she said, "Nope, no collusion." Amy Coney Barrett, it
We're
was
not going to get
collusion.
any justice
And
from
the
this
same thing
system.
on this one. I don't care if the Supreme Court, if it goes to the Supreme Court, if Trump were to prosecute Fauci, despite the pardons, file the thing in a federal court that's amenable to the idea, one of your appointees, and prosecute that motherfucker. I don't care if it goes to the Supreme Court and gets overturned, because it will bankrupt Fauci. That he got $1 million using government employees to petition
Right. Right. He's done multiple
for
crimes,
grants.
but
The guy needs to be penniless. The guy, we need to punish him, just like the left was doing to the right
oh,
with their
I think we
with their
should.
lawfare.
It's just
We
not going
should
to
do
happen.
it. I know that
Tony.
legally it's not a good case. I know it's not going to happen either. I'm just saying that I think Fauci, despite the pardon, needs to be prosecuted. But you know what? I bet some billionaire would come up and fund his defense. It probably wouldn't.
The only thing we can do is if you see him in public saying, "You son of a bitch, we're going to get you somehow." And just make him think about it.
Legally, we're going to get him
Legally.
legally.
Right, we're going to get you
We-
somehow.
we-
Like
we
just
intend-
leave it to keep the heat on
We
him.
intend no violence.
But the
only
privately,
people,
it's gonna have to happen privately. So you're a scumbag piece of shit.
Yeah,
We hate
the
you.
only-
We hate
the-
you. Everyone
only-
hates you. You're a criminal to humanity.
and let's say it now, the only people who intend violence toward Fauci is big pharma and the controllers.
If he doesn't toe the line. So, but he's toeing the line, so they're cool with him. So
Hey, so far so good. But you know, the thing about it is that there's a scene in Goodfellas where all the mob bosses are getting rolled up by the legal system, and they're discussing all the guys who maybe could testify. Well, what about Frankie Five Fingers? What about that guy? He's a good guy. He's solid. He'll never roll over on us. And then the one mob boss, well, that may be true, but I take the risk. Fuck Fauci.
yeah.
Never forget.
Yeah, he was son of a bitch. All right,
I
thanks,
close
Tony.
with that.
I
God bless,
appreciate you.
brother.
I'll talk to you next
You
week.
too, man. Happy birthday.
Thanks, man.